I want my old friends and their question to me. I want my old school and the playground. When I opened my eyes, about 15 faces were looking at me.
Sharp? Who is he? Yes, you sit beside him, right? So, who is he?
Margot, the queen of the playground. Tick tock, off again. Morning, afternoon, and evening school. School bag on back, and chores in back. This year is my first class. Don't play around, okay? Mama said without laughing. If I were with Mama, I would not play around at a time like this. So right now, I'm kind of quiet person. Even though I shouldn't joke around much, I still love the new school year. Meeting again with friends, talking about holidays, showing off new clothes. That's my class. However, this year, I changed school. This year, the school bag weighs a ton. This year, first grade or not, I'm definitely not going to be happy. Let's go, Papa said to me while stroking my hair. He said I like to be treated that way. But today, I feel nothing. I'm not excited at all. Plus, I had to go on foot and cross an unfamiliar park. What a shitty school. When Papa and Mama had the bad idea of moving house, they promised me good friends. Before, I was the queen of the playground, the queen of information. I'm the one they turn to for yes or no advice. I am the one who knows all the information. I know everything. Everything is new here, but nothing great. In the first place, there isn't even a playground here. There were only large grey birch trees planted in the middle of the yard. Papa let me go in front of the trellis fence, and my heart is not abysmally. I felt all eyes on me. Raise your hand! I'm definitely shocked. I felt someone pointing a gun at my back. I spontaneously raised my arm. You got tricked! Laughter of a child wearing glasses while putting his cane in front of me. Ha ha ha, how funny. I am the jester here. And I am the queen of the playground. Fine, I will make you laugh, queen of the playground. The cheerful strange child held out his hand to me. My real name is Barnabé. As for me, Margot. I'm new here, like you. You? How come you know? However, the bell had already rung. The answer disappeared into the cacophony of voices in the school. In class, I sat as far away from the teacher's desk as possible. After all, if I could get really far away from these walls, the better for me. But no, I couldn't get out of my chair. There was Barnabé, limping toward me. He was also looking for an out-of-sight back seat. Other kids started coming in. I feel like a storefront. They all watched me. Barnabé put his stuff next to mine and started joking around again. He played with his eraser and also made a maze with his pens to make the marbles roll in the maze. Everyone sees it. Good morning, everyone. A loud voice from someone with a mustache startled us. Our teacher turned out to be a man. He was huge like a giant. His eyes scanned the class, then stopped abruptly at our table. His eyebrows rose. That's not a good sign. Phew, Barnabé still had time to hide behind his textbooks. But the teacher's voice boomed across the room. Barnabé, this is not the place to be fooling around. Instead of shaking, my seatmate winked at me. He wasn't afraid of the teacher at all. He might really be crazy. During school breaks, I sat leaning against a birch tree. I felt a bit lonely and almost had tears in my eyes. I closed my eyes. I want my old friends and their question to me. I want my old school and the playground. When I opened my eyes, about 15 faces were looking at me. They are looking at me again. I was ready to run away when the first question suddenly appeared.
So, who is he?
He? Who?
Barnabé, of course.
Barnabé?
Yes, you sit beside him, right? So, who is he?
All those questions. My playground. Wonderful. I feel back in my playground. First of all, I want to know, why are you asking about him? I asked, suspicious.
Because he is the new kid. Because he is handsome. And especially because his face is like a naughty boy.
New kid? Agree. Handsome? Depend. They must love the glasses. However, naughty? I don't understand. Then there were several voices muttering.
I heard he got kicked out of his old school. He repeating his first grade because he got into a fight with his upperclassmen. I'm sure he likes it on his own terms. Anyway, he's acting as he pleases. Looks like you can tell us a bit more about him. It looks like you are his friend.
Thus, I became known as Barnabé's friends, and most of all, the number one center of attention. It makes me happy. While leaving the classroom, I decided to check that out. My curiosity is as big as my desire for information. I chased Barnabé as he walked into the park. He gave breath to the swans longing in the pond. The school jester really had no fear. I really liked his loose laugh. I intercepted him and directly asked him, "Is it true that you were kicked out of school? Is it true that you are repeating first grade? You also fought with your upperclassmen back then? Who told you that?" "The other kids. I changed school because I moved house. I'm repeating grades, that's true. But not because I got into a fight, because I got hit by a car. That's why I still use a cane. Luckily, I only have to use it for a short time." "Oh, but teacher, why is he so angry?" "Of course. Come on, come with me." I followed him to his house. Fortunately, his house is not far. He rang the bell at the door. The door then opened. A man with mustache appeared. His brows were no longer furrowed. He smiled broadly. "Teacher? Barnabé's father and his teachers too?" I must sit down immediately. Barnabé handed me a chair and explained to me. "Because I changed schools, Papa is the one who teaches the class. He has warned me not to be naughty. He doesn't want me to repeat the class again." "But you are sitting in the very back of the class, so you can keep having fun." "That's right. Once a jester, always a jester. And the fun thing is, I sat together with you in the back seat. This is really good info." I looked at him. He really is handsome. His glasses accentuated his sparkling black eyes. Finally, this new school year is not bad either. And this year, of course, I'm going to be... Who used to be the queen of the birches? Margot, queen of the birches. That sounds so cool. My new teacher joked with a wink.